Peace in, peeps! What big pile of shift are we going to dig into today? I'm Steph, and welcome to Steph's Shift Show, the place where headlines meet the heart, where heroes remind us what's possible. Here we uncover hidden biases, call out broken systems, and shine light on bold solutions. Because shifting the conversation is how we build better people, stronger communities, and lasting personal peace. What big pile of shift are we going to discuss today? I'm Steph, and welcome to Steph Shift Show, where headlines meet heart and heroes remind us what's possible. We're going to discuss our biases. We're going to discuss broken systems. We're going to dig into bold solutions and intentional living. And today on episode 2, we're going to discuss, are you a YAYsayer or a NAYsayer? Because I'm all about yay, right? I created a method called Peace In, Poisons Out, and it's all about creating days with more yays, less yucks. Think of it as peace on demand, right? Like we can't always go into downward dog. We can't always phone a friend, but there's always some ways that just throughout our day, we can create more yay and less yucks. And so I ask you, think about how you choose to interpret conversations, people, differences of opinions, your workday, your spaces and places. And are you a NAYsayer? So when I think of a NAYsayer, I feel like more often than not, there is the opportunity to, again, go back to our biases, maybe go back and be living in a broken system without realizing that we're doing it. And naysayers tend to really cling on to their beliefs without sometimes digging in and asking themselves questions. Oh, curiosity is totally my thing. As you join me for more and more episodes, you're going to naturally become a more curious person. So think like, how could I look at this person in this meeting who's driving me crazy and saying things that are derailing this meeting, maybe aren't productive, isn't part of the solution? Man, that person, I just wish they wouldn't have come to the meeting today. Or, oh, yep, here that person goes again, giving their 2 cents that I really don't want to hear. What if the reason we don't want to hear that person in the meeting, or we're not open to what they're sharing, is because we're already thinking our thoughts and ready to say what we want to say, instead of really giving a chance to listen to what they are saying and think about maybe the perspective that they're coming from. And often if we get curious, we can discover that, hey, everyone has their own systems of biases. Everyone has their beliefs based on lots of times their culture, their family units, their business units, the lives they've created. And it doesn't mean there's right or wrong, but it means that there's different views. There's different lives that have gone down different paths to put them to where they are. So when they come into a meeting, this is how they're showing up. Here's what we know. We have zero control over that person. But we do get to choose how we show up. And I just encourage you to get curious as to any part of your day today where you become a NAYsayer. Like, nah, that ain't good. Nah, that ain't right. Here's where I see it coming up a lot, because I'm very embedded in AI community and I see a lot of content and I see a lot of opinions about AI tools, all the conversations out there, and a significant amount of the comments are naysayers. And I've been in this space over 2.5 years, and I see so many pivots and ways that AI is incredibly enhancing and incredibly empowering even people's lives and businesses and companies and automations, and can be quite remarkable. But I'll tell you, I have gotten super ticked off at my AI before. My agents haven't built something the way I thought that they could build it. I've even come up short at the end of a project and been like, are you kidding me? But I'm not a naysayer about being able to just create something with it. I don't take something like AI and just go, it's broken, it's ruining our youth, it's trying to, you know, displace jobs, and all of the conversations that maybe you're hearing as well. Are you a naysayer first? Or can you create in yourself, in your culture, and your climate of your personal life, the ability to become a YAYsayer? Yay! There are ways that AI is quite remarkable. Yay! AI did help me very quickly understand how to get rid of that yellow jacket nest in my backyard and how to take care of the wound it created on my leg. It did give me a fun way for my son and I to go hit golf balls and record his swing and get feedback instantly on how he could improve his swing. Could I take something like AI and be a YAYsayer about it instead of a naysayer? Because here's the thing. Let's create more yays and less yucks. And if you're a naysayer, you're kind of stuck in yuck. And I ain't about people being stuck. I want to help you shift. This is Steph Shift Show. So ask yourself, are you a YAYsayer or a naysayer? And whatever you're a naysayer about, what could you shift to find a little more yay? And lots of times it starts with curiosity. I will say there's a lot of know-it-alls. I know. And we'll get to my 4-letter words on a different episode. But the I knows sometimes is a wall. And so lots of times that teams up with, and I see that often with naysayers. I know I should, or I know that. But I know means almost like I'm shut off. Like, I got it. But do you? Do you want to be a naysayer? Do you want to be a know-it-all? Or do you want to live a life that's just fun and fulfilling and rewarding and has peace? So, it's a choice. Ask yourself your question. Are you a YAYsayer or a naysayer? And then make a decision. Which one do you want to be? And if you are intentional to create yays, then keep joining me, because every single episode I hope to give you just ways to think differently and to be able to navigate big piles of shifts. Because here's the thing. We never know what's going to come at us, but we do know we have choices. You know you have choices, right? All right, you choose. Today, are you going to be a YAYsayer or a naysayer? Regardless, I love you and I believe in you, and that you can create more yays today and less yucks. So, peace in, peeps. Thank you so much for joining me, Steph, on Steph's Shift Show. Thanks for joining us today on Steph's Shift Show. If today's conversation sparked a thought, a laugh, or a shift in perspective, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your circle. Together, we can shift the story, build better people, and create more personal peace. Peace in, peeps. See you next time.